the show. This is a new show, Mid-Atlantic Baseball Wrap-Up. This is where we're going to discuss all things about baseball, but we're really going to super serve and focus on the Mid-Atlantic area of the United States. Hello, my name is Stephen Miles, and what's really going to make this show special is the insight. You're going to have insight from me, a professional baseball player, 2 years with the Greensboro Grasshoppers, single A. But you're also going to have the insight of a real super fan. And with that, we bring in Ryan Young.
Thanks a lot, Steve. Happy to be here. Yeah, I am a big fan of the Nationals, the Expos, and then also, I mean, you know, there's plenty of Orioles fans around this area that I have great conversation with. And we look forward to talking about, you know, the Phillies and everybody around, all the teams around this area.
All right, you're rambling a little bit. One of the things that we're going to focus on is what's going on with spring training. But as it is right now, we're in the dead of winter, so we're still a ways away from spring training. But Ryan hopefully is going to be going to spring training this year, and might get some exclusive interviews. And Ryan's a real super fan. He has a big collection of baseball paraphernalia, memorabilia from all different teams. And I know that you're a big Washington Nationals fan, and you have all of their games saved and in the tape library. But it goes back even further than that, I understand, to the days of the Washington Nationals previous team, the Montreal Expos.
Yeah.
Tell everyone about your tape library.
I thought you were going to say the Senators for a second. That's a little bit before my time, but no, the history is very important of the game, and I like to go back every once in a while and just throw on an old game, you know. And I can't. It's like, you know, some people collect newspapers. I can't seem to throw away these old VHS tapes that I have. Actually, I'll take it any way I can get it, but it's nice. That's my hobby, to collect those tapes. So I really enjoy that.
How far back do you go with the games? The 80s, 90s?
I have some in it's really hard to get a lot of the stuff from the 80s, but I have everything from the 90s and 2000s, everything. So
VHS tape.
and it's about VHS, some converted to DVD, some digital.
Now those are the words of a true super fan. And
I'll take anything I can get.
If you doubt the super fan name, check this out. We're going to have a great segment here on the show, and with this being our first episode, we're going to bust it out right now. It's a segment called Diamond Dust Memories, where Ryan is actually going to take something from his collection and have a little bit of a show and tell. So with that, here is our very first installment of Diamond Dust Memories.
Thanks, Steve. This is actually something that I thought my co-host here might really like. You know, a humble beginnings, a humble player, but one of my favorites if you go back and watch this very limited playing time in the majors, but I'm a fan of minor league games, anything I can get my hands on also. Rich Thompson. I mean, this guy could really deal. I mean, he was not just a good arm, but knew how to pitch, knew how to get around the plate. Didn't have a ton of opportunity in the bigs, but
How long was he on the Expos? Because I've never heard of him.
I mean, very minimal innings pitched. I'd say under 100 innings pitched, but a really good farmhand. Absolutely a guy you'd want to have in your organization, especially in the AA, AAA level. Just an expert pitcher, and I always got excited when he got an opportunity in the bigs. So yeah, for those of you who don't know, Rich Thompson, and then actually I'm going to take a peek back here while I show you the baseball card. On the back, so many years, 3, 6, 9, 12, like 15-year career.
How many of those were in the majors?
Almost not even a full year. It looks like 76 games total with 130, am I reading that right? 113 innings pitched. But as you can attest to, and this is why I thought that Steve would like this so much, he can attest to not having much major league time or any major league time. That does not measure how good of a baseball player a man is. these guys in the minor leagues are still very hard workers. Steve, you could probably elaborate on that.
Thank you for that, Ryan. And that will conclude the first episode of the Mid-Atlantic Baseball Wrap-Up. And we're really excited about the season, the 2019 season. Not a whole lot going on now, but the analysis that mostly Ryan is going to be compiling is going to be very
We're all in.
insightful and might even have some fun, too. So thank you for joining us. And for Ryan Young, this is Stephen Miles. We'll see you next time here on the Mid-Atlantic Baseball Wrap-Up. Thank you. Were you happy with that one?
I was way happier with that one for sure.
Show. This is a new show, Mid-Atlantic Baseball Wrap-Up. This is where we discuss what's going on in baseball, but we really focus on the Mid-Atlantic area of the United States. Hello, my name is Steve Miles. This is my show, and my co-host is Ryan Young.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Steve.
Now, Ryan, some interesting news coming out. The Baseball Hall of Fame has elected Mariano Rivera to be the very first person to be inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame with 100% unanimous vote. How do you feel about this?
Bravo. 100%. Can't believe that's the first time it's ever happened, but that's a heck of a guy. Good guy.
Well, you know, congratulations to Mariano Rivera.
Very deserving.
One of the big problems that I have with this is the last year of eligibility for, in my opinion, the greatest player to ever play the game, Mr. Fred McGriff. This is the last year that he is eligible to get in the Baseball Hall of Fame, and now he is no longer eligible. And I take this very personal because when I was playing in the professional level, 2 years with the Greensboro Grasshoppers, single A, Fred McGriff was actually an honored guest at one of the games. And he watched as we took batting practice, and I was running the bases and, you know, showing what I could do. And he approached me after the game. I did not approach him. He approached me, and he said that I have, and I quote, surprising speed. Okay? Now, does this guy know what he's talking about? I mean, he does have some world championships, I believe, right?
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I
That's
don't know.
really cool.
I don't know. Should we listen to a guy who's a World Series champion? I don't know. But to me, it's a real shame that he's in the he's out of eligibility right now. Ryan, what do you think of these disastrous proceedings?
Fred McGriff. You said his nickname, did you say Crime Dog? It's Crime Dog. He said you had surprising speed? That's a heck of a thing. I never heard that story before. He played for the Blue Jays? Yeah, Blue Jays. He played for the Blue Jays and I think the Padres. Pretty good.
You know, we are in the off-season still. I mean, it is February, and Ryan is going to be going down to Florida in just a couple days to spring training. But we are in the off-season right now. And I thought it would be interesting, since we've got no games to really talk about right now, I thought it would be neat if Ryan shared with us some ideas on what he does during the off-season. So Ryan, if you will, just take it away. How do you beat away the winter blues with no games going on?
Absolutely, Steve. Well, right about now, it gets around that time where I'm usually exhausted around the holidays, but right now, after that, I'm ready again. I'm excited. I want more baseball. I need it. I'm going back. I'm watching the old tapes. I'm getting ready. I'm doing my research for my fantasy picks. Get out there and get online and check the stats and get all the news you can. Get your fantasy draft ready to go. But I do have something that's starting to come to fruition that I want to talk about for a moment. That's a big deal that I've been working on for a 3 years now, actually. Wow. I've actually just started a Kickstarter program. those of you who don't know what that is, Kickstarter is where I'm asking you, the fans, to I'm asking you, the fans, to invest just a little bit of money into something that I think is going to be outstanding for the history of the game. I want to pay homage to one of the great players, one of my favorites, an Expos hero, former world champion with the Marlins. I think you know where I'm going. I want to say 6-time All-Star, Moises Alou. Remember Moises Alou?
I know Moises Alou.
Moises Alou. What I'm going to do is I have gotten a blueprint. I've got an artist to give him a drawing. Draw this whole thing up. I've got plans and everything. I just need the money to construct a statue in Montreal. The Expos legend Moises Alou. We're going to have an unveiling, and we're going to have a huge statue in Montreal if we can just get the money raised up. Now, right now, we're only at about $20, and that's okay. We got to start somewhere, and that's my money. But I just want all the fans out there, all the Expos fans, even if you're not, just the baseball fans, help me out. Get on Kickstarter, hashtag Alou statue, and we're gonna get this thing up in Montreal.
Well, you know who
Something
would be
beautiful.
You know who would be better to build a statue of instead of Moises Alou? How about Fred McGriff? How about the Crime Dog? How about Fred McGriff, a World Series champion? You can put him up in San Diego. He played for the Padres. You could put him up in Atlanta. He won a World Series with the Atlanta Braves, I believe. And look, you're so hung up on Canada. He played for the Blue Jays. You can put it up in Toronto.
No. But you can't put. If you're gonna put up a statue in Montreal, it's got to be Moises Alou. It cannot. It cannot be. Fred
It's
McGriff.
all Canada. If you want to put it in Toronto, put it in Toronto. You're so hung up on that.
No, we're not doing a statue in Toronto. No. This is a whole separate thing. This is hashtag Alou statue. We're doing it in Montreal. Moises Alou.
Montreal's in Canada.
It has nothing. Look, I understand that. I don't know where we're going here.
I don't understand what you're talking
Fred
about.
McGriff is a great baseball player.
Fred
I was just
McGriff is
talking
one of the
about-
greatest
Okay.
baseball players.
Okay.
Fred McGriff, I'm going to tell you all a little something. I have a son named Griff, who, yeah, that's right. I have a great son, and his name is Griff, and I named him after Fred McGriff. Now, my son is not so much into baseball. He's more into model airplanes and pottery, but the name continues on. And I just want to say, you know what, Fred? I am not going to forget what you've meant to me. And Moises Alou is he's a good, second-rate baseball player. But if we're talking about the cream of the crop, we're talking about Fred McGriff. And if you want to put that in Montreal, I've got no problem with it. But Moises Alou getting a statue before Fred McGriff does is something I do not sign off on.
Pottery?
I want to thank everybody for enjoying the show, and it continues to grow each and every episode. We're really excited about this, and tell everybody about it, because this is where you're going to get the best baseball insight. Ryan's going to spring training in just a couple days, and we look forward to an exciting report. For Ryan Young, this is Steve Miles, and we will see you next time. You really threw me off there where you said that Montreal was not in Canada.
I didn't say Montreal was not.
You said this is not about Montreal, but the statue's going in Montreal.
No, the Moises Alou statue is going to be in Montreal.
Who did that drawing? Are we gone? Are we on? No countdown or anything, guys, huh? All right. Gotta work on that a little bit. Welcome to the hot new show called Mid-Atlantic Baseball Wrap-Up. This is my show. I'm the star of the show. My name is Steve Miles, and we talk about what's going on in the world of baseball, all of it, but we really focus on the Mid-Atlantic area. And my co-host, fresh from Florida, is Ryan Young.
Oh man,
I know you had a great time down there with spring training.
I'm so chill.
And we'll talk all about that. I'm sure. I look forward to hearing about that in this episode.
Dude, man, I'm telling you.
And you got a new shirt, it looks like.
Can I say something about it?
Is there a story behind the shirt that we need to know about?
There's a thank you in order. I must give a thank you out there. This was a gift. This was a gift from Bud on Facebook, a watcher of the show, a viewer, and he really digs the show. And he
Wait a
sent me
minute.
this shirt.
A guy online actually just sent you that shirt?
Bud, yeah.
I've
Bud,
never seen
yeah.
a shirt quite like
Thanks,
that.
Bud. Huh?
I've never seen a shirt quite like that. It's
Isn't
very,
that
very
awesome?
unique.
I think he might have made it.
You know, I've been having a lot of people contact me online too. Not so much the guys, but I've been having a lot of women and a lot of babes. You know, hot. And you know, being a married man, you know, it's kind of tough. But I actually had a viewer of the show named Lois who sent me this shirt. She actually sent me this shirt.
Really?
Yeah.
That's sweet, brother.
Yeah.
Nice.
So,
well, I'm super chill, man. I just got back from spring training, and
well, let's dive right into
whew,
it.
what a time!
Ryan has been down in Florida for spring training, and I know you just got back today. So, tell us about it. Don't keep us in suspense any longer. What happened down there?
Well, you know, I got a video.
Mm-hmm.
You want to go to the video?
You brought a video with you today.
I got a video. You want to check it out?
Okay, let's go ahead. This is Ryan in Florida at spring training. Let's go ahead and roll it.
We're going to do it.
Hey, this is Ryan. I'm here in Viera, Florida. This is where it's all happening. Major League Baseball spring training. Wow, this is really something.
That was.
I mean,
was that it?
Well, yeah, it was. I must say that I did lose track of time a bit, but I mean, there was so much going on in Florida, so much happening.
Well, I guess I thought when you said that you were going down to spring training in Florida that you were going to get some interviews, get some footage, not just a quick video of you and
All right.
hanging out.
All right, I get that. I do get that, but it's been really tough. It's been a lot going on at work. It was hard for me to even get the time off from the coffee shop to go to Viera. I was very distracted. I was trying to have a good time, but it's been rough since I've got back. I'm getting some weird looks from the boss, and things are not going well. That's my livelihood. As much as I love doing, the wrap up. I mean.
I know
it's been
that
tough on me.
I know that Enrico, who works behind the scenes here, puts the show together.
He's a good man, Enrico.
I know that he set you up with top of the line recording equipment. He got you some microphones and some cameras. I know for a fact that he set you up pretty nicely. What happened to all of the great cameras that he...
Well, one thing, that's the thing. There was so much equipment. I got overwhelmed. You wouldn't think in March in Viera it would be that hot. It was very warm, carrying all that stuff. The cameras and the camcorders and all that stuff. It was a really difficult time for me.
You were down there for 4 days. You could have done a little bit more than that.
I got to meet with Terry Mulholland. I did get to meet with Terry. Terry had signed a glove for me back at the '93 World Series. My dad, Rob, he took me, not the World Series, Mom, forgive me, the All-Star game in '93. Look out. My dad took me to the '93 All-Star game at Camden Yards, and I got to meet Terry, who started the game. He signed a glove for me, and my dad did that for me. So it meant a lot to me to see Terry again. He signed a ball for me, and we really hit it off down there. That's the beauty part about going to Viera for spring training. I really recommend it to you baseball fans out there that are hardcore. Take the time off of work, even if it will get you in a little bit of trouble. Go have a good time. I mean, I got to have a prime rib at the Thunder Hall. The Thunder Hall, I guess what it was, the Thunder Hall down there in Viera with Terry Mulholland. It was great. I call him Terry. He calls me Hot Rod. But we had a good time. That was my point. I didn't mean to run on there, but I was just saying. And
What games did you see when you were down there?
Well, I checked out every Nats game. We play the Astros a lot because we share the same facility.
Who do you think is going to have a good 2019?
Oh, dude, my Nats are going to have a good 2019, first off. And then I got to tell you, Pirates look good this year.
Mid-Atlantic Baseball Wrap-Up. For Ryan Young, this is Steve Miles, and we'll catch you next time.
It was good. I had a good time. You should come with me next year.
I thought that all that equipment that Enrico set you up with, you were really going to produce something really great. And that was just a video on your phone.
I don't know why I had to put that big strap on. That thing was really hot. I was steaming sweat.
You're walking a fine line right now. You know, it's not going to be difficult to find somebody else for that chair. That's all I'm going to say. Welcome to Mid-Atlantic Baseball Wrap-Up. This is where we talk about everything that's going on in baseball, but we really focus on the Mid-Atlantic area of the United States. Hey, Steve Miles here. Excited that we're in the season, and I'm joined by my co-host, Ryan Young. Hi, Ryan.
Hi, Steve.
How has everything been for you the last couple weeks?
I can be honest here. If I can't be honest anywhere else. I've actually been quite ill lately. I keep getting, I got these bad stomach pains. It's kind of up in the air what's going on right now. I keep getting woken up in the middle of the night, like 3 in the morning or something like that, with this just awful diarrhea, and it's nothing but blood.
Well, I just got back the last couple days. I was down in South Carolina, the wife and I don't know where the son was, but we went down to South Carolina around the Myrtle Beach area. We had a nice little oceanfront cottage. I think we've got some pictures here. Yeah, it was a nice time. Yeah, these are just some pictures I brought along. Nothing too fancy here, but you know, you wake up in the morning and you got the ocean right there in front of you, and it was just kind of you know, romantic kind of getaway. You know, we're trying to reignite the spark, I guess we could say, that was once there. But it was a nice time, and I'm very thankful for that. I know people don't like it when we talk too much about what's going on in our personal lives, but I did want to share with you something that I did.
Well, that's really nice. Actually, I did have something I wanted to say. I don't have any health insurance, so doctor's visit's pretty expensive, so it's like $175. I know we've talked about, I have another Kickstarter going, and if you would help me out, if you could go to the hashtag Make It Stop.
Okay, we don't need to go into a lot of personal stuff. That's not what the show is about. The show is about a review of baseball from a fan's perspective, you, and a professional player who is me. Checking some of the scores. Red Sox versus the Orioles. Red Sox 6, Orioles 4. Ryan, your thoughts?
Well, I think that I think Baltimore is going to have a hard time this year, but I think that they're plugging along. They're off to a good start. I think it's going to be okay.
Pittsburgh Pirates versus the Washington Nationals. Final score: Pirates 6, Nationals 3. What do you think of the bat speed in this game? I know you were a big Nationals fan.
There was some good exit velocity on some foul balls for the Nationals. We got to keep those fair, and I'm sure we're going to see a lot of those good ones this year.
You know, I know it's early in the season. We've only been going for, what, a couple weeks now? But I'm going to go ahead and say it. Pittsburgh Pirates, my pick for National League champions.
Wow, that's pretty interesting. They look pretty good against my Nationals. I'm going to go ahead and go out on a whim and pick the Washington Nationals.
New York Mets versus the Atlanta Braves. Final score: the New York Mets 6, Braves 2.
Hold on just a second. Hello?
Ryan,
Yes?
you don't even know who this is.
Yeah, I know who it is. I'm doing my show right now. I'm doing the Mid-Atlantic Baseball Wrap-Up.
Houston Astros versus the Seattle Mariners. Astros with a score of 10.
Hold on. Can you hold on? I'm having trouble hearing her.
Yeah, all right, darling, I'll let you go. And I'm tickled that
Oh, did you like it? No, you don't.
Talk about.
No, you don't have to. What's happening?
Nothing, honey.
You're not bothering me.
In restaurants, you go past the shoe store, down there to the south, and maybe I'd take you all out to supper, and and then come back to your house, maybe watch that movie. But that might be too late for me to do that. But I might ride up there Tuesday. I'll see. Sorry, how I feel on it.
I'd love it.
Yeah, all right, sweetheart. I'll get in touch with you later.
I know it's a little early in the season, but I was just saying that the Mariners are my pick to win the American League because I'm liking what I'm seeing from them. The speed is looking good on the base pads, and they lost to the Astros by a score of 6-10. But you've heard it here first. I'm going to say Mariners Pirates World Series 2019.
Well, you're nothing if you're not professional, but I've always said Seattle is where baseball goes to die. So I don't think that that's going to happen this year.
I understand, Ryan, that you have another Ryan Young. This is a famous segment of yours. This was on the very first show. People love this. This is Ryan Young's Diamond Dust Memories.
Well, thanks for...
Wait until the
tuning-
graphic plays. All right, go ahead.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Ryan's Diamond Dust Memories. And I've got something very special for you today. All right, what we've got here is I brought this from my own personal collection. I didn't have to go out and buy this. Didn't get it online or anything like that. I got this one myself. It was the night that the Nationals clinched the National League East for the first time ever. Michael Morse clinched a playoff berth. Michael Morse himself, they were drinking champagne in the back. They came back out to the field, slapping fives to the fans. They're throwing bottles in the air. They're excited. I ran out on the field, and this one, I seen Morse throw it himself. I had to have it because he's my all-time favorite National, and it's a bottle of Corbel, and it had just a drip left in it, and I grabbed it and I started sucking on it, and when I did, I got tackled by security because I wasn't supposed to be on the field, even though the game had been over with. And I don't know if you can see it, if you can zoom in, but I chipped one of my teeth because I was sucking the last little bit of drippings out of the bottle because I wanted to have a drink with Mike that night. So yeah, the first time ever the Washington Nationals clinched the NL East celebration bottle. We had a good time that night. It was a heck of a win for everybody involved.
You know, seeing the champagne bottle makes me think of celebration and makes me think of happy times, kind of like the champagne that was at the wedding of my wife and I years ago. We've been married for 11 years now. And, it's not always easy. I think we can all agree on that. But just because there are some difficult times, just because there are stormy seas, it doesn't mean that you should just abandon ship. It means that sometimes you can press forward to happier times, and that's what I'm trying to do right now. We are working on it, and this past weekend in South Carolina was a lot of fun, and
nice.
and I feel good about what the future holds.
And hashtag make it stop.
We don't need to talk about that. This is the end of the show, Mid-Atlantic Baseball Wrap-Up. For Ryan Young, I am Stephen Miles, and join us next time. I'm not telling you again, silence the phone before you sit down in that chair. What is so hard to understand about that?
I'm sorry, I'm in so much pain. Do you know, since daylight savings time, I have been sick as a dog?
You're blaming daylight savings time on your stomach issues?
Well, it's a well-known fact that some people after daylight savings time, it's blood.
I have never heard of bloody discharge as a side effect of daylight savings.
That's exactly how it is online.
Today's show is made possible by Sarazawa Pharmaceuticals Banana Bins. Money for your banana peels. Believe it. Thank you, Sarazawa Pharmaceutical. So even though I blew out both knees, I still should have gone to Double A. It's all political, you know.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
Thanks for telling me. That's good. Hello.
Welcome everybody to the Mid-Atlantic Baseball Wrap-Up. This is where we focus on all of baseball, everything that's going on, but we really focus on the Mid-Atlantic area of the United States, and you know, it's a real thrill to be on this show, and the perspective that comes from me, a legitimate player and a professional player and a super fan. I, of course, am Steve Miles, and I'm joined by the super fan himself, Ryan Young. Ryan, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Welcome everyone to the show. I want to say hello to Steve. Doesn't he look good today?
You know,
Man, this is just great, isn't it? The show has just been so great. It's taking off. And
what have you been up to lately? What have you been up to lately? You look like you got a new lease on life over there. I want to know what's going on with you.
I'm in the heat of it. Watching all the games.
Oh, the games, they're good. Games
First
are
off,
good.
can I say something? Because this show has been so great. I want to welcome everyone here, all my fellow Americans, our brothers and sisters up in Canada, Europeans,
All over. All over.
even people from the UK.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, the games have been great. The show is great. But not only that, I've also been simulating the baseball games with watching the games.
Do
You know
tell.
what I'm talking about?
I want to hear all about it.
Let me tell you something about this. All right. I went and made a purchase recently on eBay. I got me a PlayStation 2.
No.
And I did that for one purpose. So I could play the greatest video game ever made.
What is it going to be?
The greatest baseball game that there ever was. I'm talking about, of course, MLB 2000.
A
right.
classic game.
Now, I am a little biased
Yeah.
because on that game, I get to play as the Expos,
Oh, yeah, I know you love the Expos.
the Montreal
I
Expos.
know you love the Montreal Expos.
But this is for, and I know you know this.
Yeah, go
but
ahead,
For
go
those
ahead.
of you that don't know, I am streaming now on Twitch my gameplay of MLB 2000.
Yeah.
Now,
We're getting a lot of comments online about this this streaming that you're doing, and a lot of complaints because seems to be a lot of lag time.
there's some bugs. There are some things that need to be worked out.
Yeah.
There's some freezing and some lagging.
Well-
but
Go ahead.
I'm working on that. And then also, I appreciate the comments. Keep them coming.
Yeah.
I can't respond to them quite yet because every time I try, the game freezes and I get kicked from the servers.
Well, I'm just saying, you know, it makes the show look kind of bad. You know, this is a hip happening show with viewers all over. It makes us look kind of second rate when we're getting all these complaints about the internet speed and how you're lagging behind the playing, and it just makes us look bad. So
Good things come
maybe,
to those who wait. That's
maybe-
all I can say. It's going to be outstanding. I've
invest
had
in
some
that
really,
ultra smooth.
you know, I've had some games on there that have been very similar to the ones that we're watching on television that are really happening, and
Yeah.
I've had some that have been completely different. So it's all very interesting stuff watching me play a video game on Twitch.
Well, that's all fine, but let me tell you,
What's been going on with you?
I'm in such a great mood right now. We were talking about the ultra smooth. You need to invest in that ultra smooth. I feel ultra smooth right now because I am on summer vacation, and as everybody knows, I am a gym teacher at Hazleton County Public Schools. And I got to tell you, I know we got a lot of young viewers here, maybe looking for some career ideas or some job opportunities. Go into teaching. I'm telling you, it is so easy. You don't even have to be very good at what you do. And it's just about impossible for them to get rid of you. I mean, like in May, I left at like 10:30 in the morning and nobody said anything. So this summer, what I'm doing is I'm focusing on me because I am all about me right now, and I'm evaluating everybody in my life. I'm evaluating my friends. I'm evaluating my family, my wife and my son, and even the co-hosts of this show. Everybody is being evaluated, and if you're not helping me get to where I need to be, I don't know if I'm going to have time for you anymore. So that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. It's Steve's summer right now, and I got to tell you, I'm having a blast.
Nice. I'm glad to see you're having a good time. I had some really great teachers growing up. I ran into one, come to think of it, just the other day at the post office, Mr. Myers.
Well, we don't need to hear about
Shout
that.
out to Mr. Myers.
No one cares about that. All right, we're going to take a quick break.
Oh, those frustrating banana peels. What do you do with them once you remove them from the banana? It's a question that has had no answer for many years until now. What would you say if I was to tell you that there is an environmentally safe, economically sound, fun, and lucrative way to dispose of your banana peels? Well, now, thanks to Sarazawa Pharmaceuticals, there is. I'm sure you've noticed these yellow bins that have popped up across town. It seems to have happened overnight. Those are the new Sarazawa Pharmaceutical banana bins, and they are a game changer. Here's what you do. Take your banana, remove it from the banana peel. Use it any way you see fit. This is fun, lucrative, and environmentally safe. Then when you're ready to dispose of the banana peel, write down your 4-digit Sarazawa Pharmaceutical banana bin routing number. My number is 6431, but don't tell anybody. Then you take the banana peel and drop it into any of the banana bins around town. Money will be deposited in your account within 2 weeks. You can get your own personal routing number from the Sarazawa Pharmaceutical MySpace page. Oh, this is very important. Make sure that there are no remnants of bananas in the banana peel. All transactions will be null and void. I've warned you. Sarazawa Pharmaceutical. For you, for me, forward.
All right, yeah, as you can see, this is very exciting. You know, I'm really thrilled. I got a great endorsement deal. I'm celebrating with the shirt. Sarazawa Pharmaceutical banana bins. We're working together on some real exciting opportunities. And, you know, this is me right now. I'm out there and I'm taking advantage of every opportunity that comes my way. And I don't care who likes it and who doesn't like it. So if you use those banana bins, tell them that you heard about it from me. Right?
From Mr. Saturday Night. That's right.
You getting a little jealous over there? You getting a little jealous?
Hey, one day.
Me making some serious buku bucks. You getting a little jealous?
I'm feeling you.
Little jealousy over there.
I'm feeling you. I feel like one of these days, if I keep working hard, I'm going to get some endorsement deals too.
Well, you know what? These are the things that happen to you when you work hard. You got to do a little bit more than playing that 20-year-old video game with your weirdo friends. Garrett, what's his name? Enough of that.
I'm going to...
Let's check the scores. Go ahead. I didn't see any games. Do you have the scores?
Yes, I have the scores. Okay.
Let's hear about it.
Cubs, Dodgers, real barn burner. Cubs come back late and take that one 16-13.
Andre Dawson, one of my all-time favorites on the Cubs.
Absolutely. And then...
Is he still playing?
And then he played for the Expos.
No one cares about the Expos anymore.
And
Quit
then
living in the past.
we got the Pittsburgh Pirates taking on the not the San Antonio Spurs. No, the St. Louis Cardinals.
I believe that's a basketball team.
Yeah, exactly. That's where I was going with that one. St. Louis. I'm going to do a good job for you. I'm going to do a great job for you. St. Louis Cardinals against the Pittsburgh Pirates. A pitcher's duel here. St. Louis takes that one 1-0.
Let me tell you what I like about the Pittsburgh Pirates. Three River Stadium. All right. Anybody who knows anything about Pittsburgh knows what I'm talking about. They got that stadium that shows up right at the point of those three rivers.
Gorgeous. Hey, I want to talk about something else here too. I'm going to be getting on tonight. I'm going to be getting on MLB 2000. I'm going to be streaming. Check me out.
Yeah.
On Twitch. I'm also available on MySpace.
Well, that sounds very exciting. And, you know, if we do the next episode of this and you're not here, I just want to say that, because, you know, you are being evaluated, much like my wife and my son are being evaluated. And I'm going to see how I feel about things. But if you're not here next time, it's been real.
It has been real.
Yeah.
I'll be here.
Hi, this is Steve Miles, star of Mid-Atlantic Baseball Wrap-Up. Join me this Saturday at the Food for Less on Industrial Avenue. From 2 to 4, I'll be signing your bananas and celebrating the grand opening of a brand new Sarazawa Pharmaceutical banana bin. Come on by, say hello to me, and just have a big old time. Sarazawa Pharmaceutical. Do I have to say the tagline every time? I mean, you want this to be conversational, right? Fine, whatever. Sarazawa Pharmaceutical. For you, for me, forward. sorry. I apologize here. I'm a little bit late. I've been taking acting classes with Bruno. He's fantastic.
You're good, bud. We haven't been waiting too long.
Okay. Let's go ahead and start the show. 5, 4. Welcome to the Mid-Atlantic Baseball Wrap-Up, the hottest baseball talk show on the internet today. My name is Steve Miles, and I'm joined by Ryan Young. Ryan, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, Steve. Thanks a lot. Welcome, baseball fans. Before we get into that, I have just a quick thing real quick. I had an unfortunate incident recently where some of you know my bicycle has been stolen. I just want to get in touch with everybody out there and see if I can get some info. I was at Rooster's Roasters where I work the coffee shop, and the bicycle was stolen right out from in front of the store while I was at work. And I would really appreciate it if someone would contact me. You can contact me online at Rugged Ryan Young, or offline. I'm at the coffee shop during the days. But honestly, I mean, I'm having to walk now because I don't have my bicycle. And it's like 15 miles one way.
All right. Well, we're trying to keep a lot of the personal stuff out of this show here lately. But I did want to give people a little bit of an up-to-date, what am I trying to say here? An update on what's going on with the Summer of Steve Summer. Everybody's been asking about this. The internet's going crazy. And, it has been great. I made it a solid month without saying a word to my wife or my son, which was a little bit more than I thought I would get, but I did make it a solid month. But here in the last week, it has not been pleasant. My wife and I did cross paths in the kitchenette area the other night, and we had a big argument. Things were said, drinks were spilled, and she was crying. I don't know what her problem is. I don't know if she's on the rag or what. But the point is, and I've been studying the last couple weeks with Bruno, who is, I don't have to tell you, is one of the finest acting coaches in the tri-state area. And we're talking about, we're studying being present. And we're studying, examining how people act. And it's really helped me out a lot with my wife. And that's what I'm doing now. I'm being present. And we are starting couples therapy. And we are trying to make it work. And if it doesn't work, I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. But Summer of Steve Summer does continue, even though now it does involve a little couples therapy.
Well, hey, I think that's a good thing. We've all got to work on, I don't know about this personally, but you got to work on a marriage, right? And you're going to couples therapy. And might I add, is that doctor's office, is that on the way to the coffee shop? Because I could really use a ride.
All right, I did want to talk about an exciting new sponsor that we have on the show. A lot of feedback last time from the Sarazawa Pharmaceutical Banana Bins. I've been talking with them a lot, getting a lot of opportunities. Again, I want to send out a special hello to Bruno, who is a good friend of mine, one of the finest acting coaches, has taught me so much. But I am excited to move forward with Sarazawa Pharmaceutical on an exciting new product. It is called Test 100 Spice Cream. Now, this is the hottest thing in the market. If you haven't heard about this yet, you're going to be hearing about it a lot more in the days, weeks, and months ahead. This is an ice cream that is infused with the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis. Ryan, you might even use some of this. Might come in helpful, some of the stories I've heard. But this is going to be a lot of fun, and we're having the big debut of it here on the show. So if you go to RyanYoung.com and enter promo code RyanYoung, you will get an exciting new offer for the Test 100 Spice Cream. And this is ice cream that is infused with a boost of testosterone.
No.
And enter promo code Ryan at checkout. If you go to RyanYoung.com, can we see a picture of Ryan Young up there? We go. RyanYoung.com.
No. Stop. Let's stop. We need to stop. Why is my name associated with this? I thought this was your thing.
You said last week with the banana bins that you wanted to get out there a little bit, get some get some of that mailbox money, a little residual. I set you up with an exciting new product here. So if you enter promo code Ryan Young at checkout, that's very
Again,
important.
wait, hold on.
I don't understand. What's the problem?
Okay, now wait a second here.
I thought you were a team player.
Well, now hold on.
You
Hold
what?
on. I am a team player.
I'm
but
try-
look, I don't know anything about any kind of erectile dysfunction ice cream. I don't know if it's been FDA approved.
Who
I don't know how it
cares?
tastes.
You know, this
I
is,
don't know what it does to you or me or
You're-
what does it do to you?
You're talking about yesterday's news, okay? The FDA, that's old school, all right? We're talking about Serizawa Pharmaceutical Test 100 Spice Cream. Now, I myself set you up with this, get you a nice deal. I thought you'd be excited, you know?
I want
I
it-
thought I'm
I
trying to
want
be a
us-
good friend. I'm trying to build the show. I'm trying to build the brand. I'm trying to build
But
all of
this,
this.
I want a sponsorship deal. But this, I don't know about this. This seems like a bad idea to me. Why don't this be yours and then maybe I'll get something different?
I'll tell you what. How about, these are good people over at Serizawa Pharmaceutical. How about get you a little free sample? You try it. Maybe next time, the next show, you maybe give a review, see how you like it. How about that?
What's it gonna do to me?
What doesn't it do to you? Yeah, hey, and let me just say this. Ladies, you might like it too, okay?
I don't know why you keep doing that, but it's really freaking me out.
All right, so that's RyanYoung.com, and very important, promo code RyanYoung at checkout for this Limp Dong ice cream. So let's go ahead and get to those scores. I understand we got some scores to talk about. Once again, I have not seen any of the games here recently, so I'm
really
just going
think that
to
this is a good idea.
depend on Ryan giving me the scores, and I'll provide my insight, being
So
a
we've got,
professional baseball player.
The San Francisco Giants taking on the San Diego Padres, and oh crap,
What was the final score of that one?
I don't remember. Did I should be writing these down?
I got you some index cards. Did you not bring them?
Oh my gosh, I forgot. I was playing MLB 2000 and I was reading about this. Let me ask you something though. I've been trying to figure this out. What does buy MLB 2000 or get a ticket mean? With an exclamation point. I don't understand. I've been trying to figure that out for weeks. But the game is really sweet.
Maybe in the future you should write these scores down. I've been a little busy lately because it is Steve Summer. And I was hoping that you were going to pick up the slack here. You know, you're letting me down with the Limp Dong ice cream. You're letting me down with the scores. And you are still being evaluated.
I am a team
going to-
player, but I'm just not so sure about
Well,
that.
look, they've
that
sent
Limp Dong.
they've sent a lot of this stuff to my house. I'll let you have some of it. I haven't tried it. You try it. See what you think. I want you to be comfortable. That's it. I want you to be comfortable.
All right. Well, here's the thing, though. Okay, if I can talk more about the bicycle, all right. I need everyone, all hands on deck on this one because I'm walking to work. I need a ride Wednesday I think it's Wednesday when you're going to the couples therapy, you said, or whatever day. I need a ride, and then the rest of the time I have to walk. You can find me in the coffee shop during the days or the 2.5 hour walk in the morning from 6 to 8:30 a.m. or at nighttime from 5 to 7:30 p.m. I'm going to be on the road. You can stop by, any info, or even if you want to donate a bicycle to me, you can go to hashtag Ryan need that bike, and we can start up a Kickstarter for that one.
You know, you're talking about money. You're talking about your money problems. Let me tell you something. You know, just between you, me, and the wall over there, you get a little bit of that cup of soup from that Serizawa Pharmaceutical endorsement.
There's a lot of money in that?
You know, I don't want you to
Bicycle money?
I don't want you to talk about something you're not comfortable with. I'll bring it by
Now,
later.
hold on a minute.
You try it. You see how you like it. And ladies,
I need that bicycle.
you might like it too. So I just wanted to say thank you to everybody, and again, I wanted to say thank you to my acting coach Bruno. We've been going through some incredible breathing exercises, and you know, the old me might have got a little upset about you forgetting the scores and forgetting your index cards, but we focus on being present and studying the human condition. So when I study your human condition, I don't get upset that you forgot the cards.
That's really great.
So for Ryan Young,
I'm really happy to be here. Yeah.
this is Steve Miles. Did you have something else to say before we wrap the show up?
No, I interrupted you, and I'm sorry.
This is the new me. I feel, you know, couples therapy, feeling good, summertime. Go
So
ahead.
the index cards, and
Index
then
cards.
the Limp Dong ice cream, and then you're not upset that I interrupted
look,
your closing?
I'll bring it by. You try it, and then maybe next time you give your review. See how you like it.
When I get there, I'll try it.
For Ryan Young, this is Steve Miles, and we'll see you next time. See, this is something that Bruno has me do. What we do is we count backwards from 10, and then we count from 0 back to 10, and with each number, we think about an emotion that we're trying to change.
You want to try it now?
Go ahead and try it.
Okay. 10. 9.
We have to go faster than that.
I can't. I was thinking about the emotion.
You don't think about the emotion till you go back the other way.
So what am I doing when I go down?
Hi, welcome back to another edition of Mid-Atlantic Baseball Wrap-Up. This is where we discuss everything that's going on in baseball, but we really focus on the Mid-Atlantic area of the United States. This is my show. My name is Steve Miles, and I am a professional player with real experience at a high level. And we've also got the perspective of a real fan, a super fan, and that is Ryan Young. Hello, Ryan.
Hi, Steve. Hi, everybody out there.
What have you been up to lately?
I've been hanging out, playing MLB 2000. I'm going to talk about that here for just a second before you get to the scores.
Of course.
Update. Found my bike. Doesn't have any wheels on it.
Where'd you find it?
Went to the guys. Well, let me start from the beginning. Guy comes into the coffee shop, says he's got a line on the bike. Went to this place. A lot of dogs around. A lot of signs. Beware of dog. I seen the bike out back. Anyway, me and my new friend Tom, we went and jumped the fence. Turned out it was my bike, but it had been chopped up for parts.
Well, the show's working. You mentioned it on the show, and it sounds like it worked.
And I made a new friend.
That's great.
So what are you looking like with those scores?
The scores are as follows. Big win for the Washington Nationals, 9-3 over the Chicago Cubs. Nationals not totally out of the pennant race. What do you think?
Wild card Warriors right now.
Yeah.
And have been for a while. Chasing those Braves.
First place in the AL East, the New York Yankees. First place in the AL Central, the Minnesota Twins. And first place in the AL West, the Houston Astros. What stands out to you about that?
Astros, no surprise. Twins always surprise me. I always think that's a very underwhelming team that does good for its payroll.
You know, it's funny. Whenever I see American League and the Astros, it confuses me because when I was a kid, the Astros were in the National League.
That's right.
So-
that was a change that wasn't made that long ago, really.
I see the Astros in the American League, and it takes me a second. It
10
really
years,
does
maybe?
take me a second. I'm like, what? The Astros are in the National League, but then I remember that there was a switch.
You probably think that their best player is Craig Biggio.
And in the NL East, top of the division is the Atlanta Braves. The National League Central, the St. Louis Cardinals. And the National League West, the LA Dodgers. And, you know, we're getting into a point now, postseason baseball is getting closer by the day. And I have a feeling that you're going to see a lot of these teams, or maybe all of these teams, in the playoffs. Ryan, your thoughts?
You know, it's just really nice to get back to basics on this show. Talk a little baseball. And actually, that brings me to something. I can't believe the Cardinals are in first place in the Central, because I really thought the Cubs were going to hang on to that this year, and it looks like they're going to be chasing the Nationals maybe for a wild card game.
Yeah, you know, it is nice to get back to talking about the games and talking about the scores. You know, we've had some complaints, and you know, you're talking about some stuff. You're keeping it on baseball for the most part, and I am too. But I did just want to let people know that I have started couples therapy, my wife and I, and you know, it's going okay. It's going all right. I did want to send out a special hello to the incredible Dr. Marissa Singh. This woman is some kind of specialist. I am a big fan. I am a devotee of Dr. Marissa. She, you know who she looks like? She looks like, who was that woman in Batman, the Batman movie, who played Catwoman?
Oh, Anne Hathaway.
No, the earlier Batman.
Oh, with Adam West. Oh, I'm not
No,
sure her
the
name.
one with, the one from the early '90s with
Nicole Kidman.
no Catwoman.
Um,
She was in the Batman. It was with
Gosh.
Danny DeVito was the Penguin, and Catwoman was.
Kim Basinger.
I don't think that's right. Whoever that was, though, she looks kind of like her, and mixed in with a little bit of that. Who was the woman that played Poison Ivy in the Batman? The one with Arnold Schwarzenegger, where he was Mr. Freeze.
Sandra Bullock. No, that's Demolition Man.
Well, whoever it is, if you mix those two together, maybe with a little bit of Christina Hendricks, and you mix those all together, that's kind of
She was good on Married with Children.
what Dr. Marissa Singh reminds me of. And, you know, I just want to take a second. I know she's watching the show because I told her about it, and she seemed very excited about the show. Doctor, I think that you and I need to have some private time to discuss a lot of things. I have a lot that I want to say, and that you should want to know also. We can talk about this, and contact me in private. I have a phone that my wife knows nothing about, and Dr. Marissa and I are going to have a lot to talk about. Pirates have a lot to talk about. They're a big winner over the Cincinnati Reds by a score of 3-2.
I just want to hold on 1 second. You said you got a secret phone. Now, see, you want to get more couples therapy. I can get on board with that. But do you think that Dr. Marissa's really going to be excited about you having a secret phone?
Big win for the Phillies, 19-11 over the Florida Marlins.
That's a heck of a. You said the Phillies?
The Phillies 19, the Marlins 11. That sounds like a slugfest.
I really don't want to talk about the Phillies.
What's the problem?
I just, with everything with, Bryce Harper leaving the Nationals for that city, and
Fine, we won't talk about that. We'll talk
Nothing
more
about
about
the
MLB
Phillies.
2000. I want to hear more about MLB 2000. Tell me more about this great tournament you're in with MLB 2000.
well, I thought you'd never ask.
That's what people want to hear about, not the actual scores. They want to hear about a 20-year-old video game.
Right. I've set this thing up. It is. He's right. It's a tournament. Okay. Well, it's been going on for a while now. I've set the whole thing up. What we did was we started with 512 men or women, anybody that wanted to play. And we did the registry, we played the games, and now we are all the way down to the final 8. And I am proud to say, guess who is in the final 8? That's right. All my hard work is paying off. And so next month is going to be the grand finale, and we're gonna finish it off. We're gonna see what happens.
There's
and
really-
yours truly is in it.
there's-
I'm in the mix for, and I'm gonna tell you something. The tires for this bike, I need tires on this bike. Okay, now he's going to the therapy, I think, a little bit more often, so I can get more rides at the coffee shops. It's not a big deal.
Well, if I
But-
can get Dr. Marissa to contact me, if you go to snowflakesandwiches.com, there are many different ways, Doctor. We have a lot to discuss.
Yeah, you're saying it like that again, like
11 for the Red Sox, 0 for the Padres. The Red Sox, big congratulations to the Boston Red Sox shutting out the San Diego Padres. Ryan, your thoughts?
that's really nice.
Maybe some postseason baseball for the Red Sox this year.
Well, they've got their hands full with the Yankees. They might be in a wild card game like the Washington Nationals. Time will tell, but that's a good division. That AL East is always good. I really feel bad for the Orioles. They're a local team for us, and they never seem to be able to compete with the Yankees or the Red Sox. At least not quite.
That's a good point. And you think of a team like the Orioles, named after a bird, and then you've got this other team, the St. Louis Cardinals, who are in first place. Now, do you think that there's any correlation between your success if you're named after a bird, from first place to last place?
Well, I like where we're going this. I mean, that's not the only other bird teams, you know what I mean? I mean, you got the Blue Jays out there, too.
The Blue Jays, a tough loss to the Seattle Mariners by a score of 7-4.
They're a pretty good team. The Blue Jays are an overachieving team, actually. But, I mean, I think payroll has a lot to do with it. And that's what my point I was getting at with the Baltimore Orioles, is that I don't know where the money goes for that team. Because, it doesn't seem to go into players.
Well, I bet if you had some of that money, you could put it towards that new bike tire.
Oh, you're not kidding.
But we'll save that for another time.
But I mean, once I win this tournament, because I'm coming in hard. MLB 2000 here. Oh, I just wanted to give a quick quick shout out to Kevin McMahon. Really great job on the development and the art design on this game. Really, I really appreciate things
Kevin
like that.
McMahon.
Kevin McMahon.
You know what? He would be a great guest on the show. Not.
Wait a minute. That's not a bad idea, Steve. Steve just had a great idea, joking aside. You know what? I'm going to put in a phone call. I don't want to promise anything,
All right.
but maybe next time, Kevin McMahon here on the show. That's what we need, a good guest. I will give him my chair. I will let Steve
That's enough of
conduct
this.
the interview if I can pull this off.
this-
We'll see if I can get it done.
That's enough of this 20-year-old video game. Mariners by a score of 7, and the Blue Jays, we already mentioned that one. Red Sox, Padres, I think we've got them all. So Ryan, your closing thoughts on as postseason baseball approaches.
Nationals are getting fired up. A lot of the same teams have been holding their division. There's a close race in the National League Central, I know that. But I got a question for you. You've been firing them at me. Who's the front runner? Give me an American League MVP, National League MVP.
Well, some of our fans who have been with us since the beginning will remember that my pick for World Series champions at the beginning of the season was the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Pittsburgh Pirates.
And it's not looking like
Mariners too, I believe.
that might come through. But you know what? Keep your eye on the Pirates. It's not a sprint; it's a marathon out there. And I think you're going to see some great hustle and some defensive playing from the Pirates in the seasons ahead.
Did you ever think about getting into managing?
And I just wanted to wrap up the show with Steve Miles. That's me. Ryan Young is the co-host, and I just wanted to say again, if Dr. Marissa could contact me, an incredible therapist who I'm learning a lot from, and I'd like to learn a whole lot more. So for Ryan, this is Mid-Atlantic Baseball wrap up, and we'll see you next time. Don't mention something about management. That's not what this is about. This is about the current standings, the current games. It's not about me managing.
You didn't really answer my question about the MVPs.
I told you that the Pirates were my pick.
I think you misunderstand me when I say MVPs. That's a player question. Just wanted to get a couple player names.
All right, that's enough.
Well, turn it off.
This is Mid-Atlantic Baseball Wrap-Up. Again, this is a web show where we talk about what's going on in all aspects of baseball. My name is Steve Miles, and my co-host is Ryan Young.
Hi, Steve. I'm just overjoyed today. Just so happy to be here. Just to give everybody an update of what's been going on with me. We had the grand finale for the MLB 2000 tournament. I was in the final 8 out of 512. Fortunately, didn't pick up the W. I did come in third place, which I'm really proud of. No prize money there. But nevertheless, I worked hard and I played my best. And all congratulations and all due respect to a good friend of mine, Greg, who picked up the win, got the cash prize, and actually thinking about having him on the show next time. I was thinking that might be a good idea, have him on the show next time. You got anything on scores, Steve? What's been happening? What's going on with you?
Who did you want on the show?
Greg. Yeah, Greg. Yeah, absolutely. He won. He just won. I don't know if he won the tournament, the MLB 2000 tournament.
He's not going to be on the show.
We can talk about it. So, what are we looking like this week? What are we looking at baseball-wise? We got scores, or?
It's time for one of everyone's favorite segments. This is Ryan Young's Diamond Dust Memories.
Thank you, Steve. This week, my installment of Diamond Dust Memories is going to be on something that's very near and dear to my heart. It's going to be on MLB 2000.
Okay. Hold
Now-
on. Whoa. You have spent the last 3 or 4 months mentioning this 20-year-old video game every single episode. And now you do a Diamond Dust Memories. This is one of everybody's favorite segments about the history of baseball, and you're still talking about this game.
Well, we haven't done a Diamond Dust Memories on MLB 2000 yet, and I figure it's almost 20.
Hold on. From here on out, anytime you do a Diamond Dust Memories, I have to approve it. I don't want you bringing in your own stuff. I don't want to hear any more about this 20-year-old video game.
All right.
I'm under a lot of pressure right
upset?
now. Things are not going well for me. And you want me to have this Greg on who won a video game tournament? And you're bringing in this crap game? 20-year-old crap game?
It's a good. It's like the best MLB game that's ever made. It's 20 years old. I thought it for an anniversary. One last thing, a nice Diamond Dust Memories.
I have nowhere to go.
Mark McGuire is hella good.
I
on
have
this game.
no one to talk to. Dr. Marissa Singh, who I thought was my friend, turned her back on me. She told my wife about me wanting to contact her. I didn't mean anything by it. It was just pleasant conversation.
Oh, no, it's gonna
Whatever
be all right.
happened to pleasant conversation?
That's all it was. That's all. It was a misunderstanding, obviously.
So, if I see that MLB 2000 again, I'm really going to flip out. And I need to make some changes in my life. And MLB 2000 is not helping.
No. What the?
I'm out of here. Shut it down.
I had the tags on.
I got some changes to make in my life.
I didn't even know that was a new shirt. What I like about this is that the Braves are on, seems like they're on steroids because everyone's got 40 home runs. It's insane.
Hi everyone, my name is Steve Miles and I'm the host of Mid-Atlantic Baseball Wrap-Up. And this is a very special show. This is the season finale. And this is going to be a show that has been a long time coming. You know, the last couple months has been very difficult for me. I have gone through a lot of troubles, trials, and tribulations.
Let me stop you right there, Steve. I'm Ryan, and we got a lot to get to baseball-wise. And I just want to talk about, guess who was at the wild card game the other night? That's right, this guy was. I got a lot of stories, and I got a lot of stuff I want to get to. As you can see here, I'm holding this Tony Batts, Anthony Rendon bobblehead. And what I want to do right now is I just want to cut in real quick with a Diamond Dust Memory.
No, well, just hold on a second. This season that we've been doing this first season of this show, it's been difficult. I'm not going to lie to you. I've been through a lot. And this is the season finale, and who knows if there'll be another one. But things have been difficult. The show's been so successful. But yeah, I've heard the complaints. It has been brought down a little bit by my personal issues, but you know, I have this outlet, and sometimes things need to be addressed, and things have not been good with my wife, Carly. Things have not been good with our marriage counselor, Dr. Marissa Singh, even though I'm still a big fan of hers. But you know, this is the season finale, and I didn't really know what to do out here. So much I want to say, so much on my heart.
I have a lot I'd like to say. Do you think we can go ahead and fire this up now?
No, not right now. What we're going to do
I got my action figure
is
here.
I'm going to just
Talk a little baseball.
I'm going to do well right now, if you don't mind. This is my show. I'm
You
going
got a
to
guitar?
do a song that I wrote, and this is this is for my wife, Carly, and for Dr. Marissa Singh. And I know you two are watching, and this kind of is what's on my heart right now. I pretend that I'm glad you went away. These four walls closing more every day, and I'm dying inside, and nobody knows it but me. Hold on. Like a clown, I put on a show. The pain is real, even if nobody knows that I'm crying inside, baby, and nobody knows it but me. Why didn't I say the things I needed to say? How could I let my angel get away? Now my world is just a tumbling down. I can say it so clearly, but you're nowhere around. The nights are lonely and the days are so sad. I just keep thinking about the love that we had, and I'm missing you, and nobody knows it but me. Yeah, I'm missing you, and nobody knows it but me. So, Carly, Dr. Marissa Singh, that's what's on my heart. And hopefully that song stirred something in you. Deep down, hopefully it touched you in a very intimate place. Hopefully it reached in there and felt around, and maybe there was something. There was some kind of explosion of undetermined origin, because that's what I'm about right now. This show, even though this is the season finale, has been great, but what's even more great are the people in your life, and making sure that they're taken care of. So who knows if there'll be a next season, but I think now is a good time to say goodbye for maybe forever.
Swing it over.
But,
swing it over to me real quick. Let's do the wild card game before we wrap everything up. Let's talk a little baseball.
I think with the song and with everything I'm going through.
I came all the way from Delaware for this.
Well, that's show business.
And all I got to do was listen to you sing a song that has nothing to do with baseball. I was at the wild card game. I met Ray Stevens.
I'm very glad for you, but I think just in the theme of
You're
today,
ending this is.
I think in the theme with everything that's been going on, if we come back next season, maybe we can get back on track. But Dr. Marissa, Carly, either one of you, contact me. You know how to. So for this season, we're wrapping up season finale here. For Ryan Young, this is Steve Miles, and thanks for watching Mid-Atlantic Baseball Wrap Up. Oh, by the way, when you left last episode, you took my carved duck. I want that back.
Oh, you got to be kidding me! That duck, I didn't take that duck.
Everyone saw you walk out with a duck. I want the duck back next season.
that was my duck anyway.